Welcome to your next book. My name is Josie and I'm a librarian with the Deschutes Public Library. We're going to talk about some great books today. So summer is finally here. I hope you're as excited as I am. Summertime is a great time for reading a book on your porch or maybe settling down in the grass at a park and having a really great time reading. With that in mind, I'd like to recommend some books that you can really get lost in. I'm going to focus on chapter books for our upper elementary readers, and these are shelved in our juvenile section. They have a big J on the spine, a big red J, so that makes them really easy to find. Before I get started though, I wanted to point something out. So it can be hard to find your next book all on your own, but one way to do it is to look at the summaries of the book, but that can be really confusing too. You can find summaries online on our catalog. They'll tell you a little bit about the book, or normally you can find a summary on the actual book. But something kind of weird. We have paperback books, the kind that bend, and we also have hardbound books, the kind that are hard-covered. So these normally have their summaries in different places. The paperback books will put their summary on the back, but the hardbound books will often put their summary on the inside cover. So, two different places to find those summaries. And if you're not confused yet, let me throw some more things at you. At the back of a hardbound book, you'll normally get reviews, something that somebody else said about the book. Oh, I liked it. Oh, it was great. Oh, it made me laugh. Something like that. And then on the inside cover of a paperback book, you often get nothing. But sometimes in the little text inside the book, you can find another summary. So there are a couple of different places you can look for summaries of the books that you might want to read, and then you can decide which one is right for you. But let's go ahead and get to the good part. I have 3 titles today that I super duper want to talk about. I'm going to start out with The Last Wind Witch by Jennifer Adam. So, Britta is apprenticed to a local hedge witch, but finds herself having a hard time mastering her magic. As she works hard to get a handle on it, she discovers something might be different about her and her magic, and that's why it's so difficult to learn by the way her teacher is teaching her. But there's an evil queen in a faraway capital who learns of Britta's special magic at almost the same time as Britta. This means that Britta has to escape her small village, avoid the queen's huntsman and her evil all-seeing crow spies, and see if she can learn to control her magic well enough to save her kingdom from the evil that is trying to take it over. The magic system is unique and totally interesting, focusing on these mythical storm horses. So, if you want a surprising twist on the idea of magic, try The Last Wind Witch for your next book. Okay, so that one was fantasy. We're going to move a little bit outside of the realm of fantasy into a little bit more of a reality kind of book. We are going to look at The Flight of the Puffin. So this is by Anne Braden, and it focuses on 4 different characters. So, have you ever felt like maybe people want you to be something that you're not? That's the main theme of this book, and it takes these 4 different characters and shows how their stories are actually connected. The first one, Libby, she's pushed by her family to be maybe a little meaner and rougher than Libby wants to be. So Libby balances this by making art and leaving it for strangers in different places. And this helps her make her feel better about herself. Now our next character is Vincent. Vincent loves math and triangles and Katherine Johnson, if you know who that is. You can find out in the book. But gets bullied at school, even though he tries really hard to avoid the bullies. Jack is our third character, and his brother just passed away in an accident. And moving beyond that tragedy is really, really difficult for Jack. And finally, we have T, who feels so unrecognized at home that they choose homelessness as the only solution. So, how are these 4 different stories and characters connected? If you want to find out, try reading Flight of the Puffin for your next book. Finally, I just love the title of this next one. I mean, sometimes the title kind of just sells it if you're in the right mood. The next one is, let's see here, The Girl Who Stole an Elephant by Nizrani Farouk. So we have 12-year-old Chaya, and she is the daughter of a minor village official in the fictional country of Serendib. Chaya sees herself as a sort of Robin Hood character, robbing from the greedy aristocracy and helping to feed impoverished villagers. She pulls her biggest heist yet. She steals the queen's jewels. But her friend Neil is fingered for the crime, which leads Chaya to attempt a jailbreak. The result is that they use the king's elephant as their getaway vehicle, as she, Neil, and their other friend Noor escape into the deep jungle, staying just ahead of their pursuers. The setting is based on the author's home of Sri Lanka and brings such great details to the story that it's just amazing to read. This includes plants, animals, food, and culture. It's beautifully described. So, if you want a seat-of-your-pants adventure with an elephant in a captivating setting, The Girl Who Stole an Elephant is for you. Okay, so that's 3 great books. We had The Last Wind Witch by Jennifer Adam, Flight of the Puffin by Anne Braden, and The Girl Who Stole an Elephant by Nizrani Farouk. Check out more great titles at DeschutesLibrary.org and let us know what you're reading as your next book. Bye!